press briefing, we deliberately limit it to this number because we've seen the impact all of you are making online. So that is why we said, before working with a larger group, why not we work with a small group that would have a very big impact? And we've carefully studied the media and understand what all of you are doing. So that is why we've invited you to come to grace this press briefing. It's going to be a short one, and basically our focus is to inform the public through your mediums on our state of preparedness for the Sanje Jelu concert, but also some of the things we might have in store for Gambian music fans, for music lovers, for people who like enjoying themselves, because we want to set the standard in event planning, and we believe with your uh, proactiveness on all your platforms, we can get our messages across to everyone and people beyond. Thank you very much. I'm Ibrahim Adabo, and I'm the team leader for Dada, which is owned by him, but equally the entity manages him as well. All right. And at the far end is Ada Bidwell. Ada, needs not much introduction because she's one of the pioneers of events in Gambian entertainment. The first Gambian Music Award I've attended was organized by her. And I still have strong memories of that when I was reporting actively as a journalist for the radio. And Ida is our production manager for the event. And personally, I am excited that she is with us. And I am ready to learn from her experience in event planning and management. And equally, we believe she coming on board will add value to the event. So she will talk to you about the side of production. And next to me is Hussein. For him, I don't think we need to introduce him. He's the reason we are all here. He's the reason Sanje Jelu is a concert because he is the author of the Sanje Jelu album. So he is going to also tell us his state of preparedness as well as an artist, some of the things that are going on behind the scene to make sure that Sanje Jelu becomes a memorable experience for everybody. And then at the end, we can give you time to ask two or three questions at the end of all of this. But I will just say, if we could limit our questions to the album and equally the events, that will help. Okay. I know you want to ask questions on other end, but if you are looking for controversy, you will have more of that later. Yeah, you will have enough of it later. Okay. So for now, we focus on the album and the event, and then inform the public as to what exactly is in store for them because it's going to be a memorable event. On that regard, I think I will move the mic over to Ida so that Ida will paint a picture of what kind of event we're expecting to stage and exactly how things are going to ensure that what we expect becomes a reality on the day of the event. Thank you. Ida. Yes.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. First off, I would like to thank Ibrahim and Hussein for the trust because heading the production is not an easy task. But then again, he is not someone who's small. Obviously, he's one of our superstars. And I'm so excited to be part of this album launching. Um, you guys expect something extremely different this year because we are planning something completely different from the setup of the stage to the security. Of course, this is my number one priority because at the end of the day, we have seen events whereby um, people work towards the album way more than even the security. And this is all part of where the production falls. And I feel like if you have a proper event and there's no proper security, the whole event will be messed up. So this time around, we are not playing or we're not even given a little bit slight of chance to lack on that part. So you expect something massive because I don't really want to expose every single thing that we are trying to put together. But then I would assure you that this time around, the album launching will be completely different from the usual album launching that you guys have been attending. Not just Hussein's, but exceptionally completely different from the stage setup to the decor to the security. I assure you, top notch. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Ida. So yeah, yeah, you can stay. Just leave it. Yeah. So from Ida, you can see already that big things are loading, and I know all of you will be amazed when you come to the event. But the reason we're here is Hussein and the event. So he will give us a background from the album and now to where we are, and equally what he is also expecting in terms of performance at the event. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim Adabo and Ida Bidwell. Good morning to the media houses, and to all the viewers out there. Well, like they said, today we are here because of the Sanje Jelu album concert. It's happening on the 13th of December. With Sanje Jelu, it's a new taste of music, a music that puts you in different mood, a music that puts you at ease when you are sad, a music that puts you in a mood like that motivates your spirit when you feel like you are down, music that uplifts the soul, music that allows you to appreciate love for what it is. That's what the Sanjay Jalu album actually um, holds as a body. And then to our credit, to when we did the listening party, just few days before the album came out, the people that came to the album listening party, they were all stunned and amazed that this is a new sound that this time we actually dived into. A sound that most of them are not actually used to when it comes to Hussein Dada as an artist. But as an artist, it's good sometimes for you to leave your comfort zone and try a new set of music to reach new set of audience that are not familiar with your type of music. So Sanjay Jalu in general means how many years, and this how many years could actually mean so many things when it comes to the meaning of the whole thingy, because like Sanjay Jalu in a sense could be that since when we started dropping albums back in 2021, we haven't stopped. Every other year we come with different style, different albums, different meanings, different structuring of albums, and then different concerts. So this is just um, 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 another story to tell. And how many more years could you be telling the stories? Just for people to know, you know, um, how how much weight it is that you are towards the Gambian music industry and Gambian entertainment as a whole. And then it could mean that, to all the things that we go through, as in like, how many more years could it take for us to bear all the things that actually doesn't sit well with us? So like this Sanjay Jalu in general doesn't just mean about the musical side, but it actually tells different stories about stuff that people can go through, and how many more years would it take for them to actually bear the pain, for them to actually know that enough is enough. So now we go to the concert. Last year we've done it, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that. This is like 5 years in a row, so it's back to back to back to back to back. So but with every concert that we've actually organized, you will see that sometimes there are people that are not satisfied with one or two aspect of it, which is understandable, because like we as human beings are not perfect. We're human beings, and then you don't expect us to be perfect, but we always try to do better than before, you know, and that's why people always try to come to our events, because number one, our event gives 100% entertainment, because that's why the people are there. They wouldn't pay their tickets if they're just there to stand and look at the artist and him, that high level of standard towards Gambian entertainment. So whenever you go to our shows, due to the people, the figures that actually attend the show, you could actually tell that this is not a show that's here to play. This is a show that's here to give quality more than quantity. So that's what they hold, like, that's their belief. It's better for them to have a show that doesn't actually have the audience they're looking for, but the people that comes will actually see the quality of the show. And this is something that we miss in most of the Gambian concerts that people go to. You might come to a show that has thousands of people, but there's no quality to the show. So that's why, she's on board to make sure that we're not going to be left behind when it comes to stuff like that. So when it comes to the artist performance, and the artist list, you always know we always come with the best artist list. We always come with the best performances because, like, that's something that's our top priority. And I just spoke about the security. This is something that has affected most of the Gambian shows that we've been going to. Security has become an issue. When you go to shows, you might leave your house with your mobile phone and go back home empty-handed. This is why this year we want to actually emphasize more on our security aspect of the show. Want to bring as many securities as possible, both from the security side and the police side, so to see that we're gonna um, make sure that the safety of the people is our top priority, and we're gonna actually work towards achieving that goal. Because once you achieve that goal, people don't have anything bad to say about your show again, because that's the most important part of it. People coming to your show in one piece and going back home in one piece. So, like, this is what the show holds this year. The show will be on the 13th of December, inshallah, and it will be held at the GCCI grounds at the Turntable Trade Fair Center. So we're calling out to every Gambian music lover, every Gambian entertainment lover, because this on this particular day we're not just hosting artists, but we having TikTokers there, we having footballers that are going to be there, we having all sort of people from different entertainment zones. So if you're a fan of entertainment, this is a night you got to have to be to celebrate Gambian entertainment. And we are actually calling out to all of you guys to show up in your largest numbers. Let's make a statement. Let's show the world that Gambian music is here, and Gambian music is going to go global soon, inshallah. It might start with us, it might start with other artists, but that global recognition is going to come one way or the other. Thank you guys so much for coming here.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. And I think that's very important. Huh? He said ensuring that there's global recognition for Gambian music. We've been saying that for a very long time, but the quality in what we do is what will attract other people to us. And we're ready to do that, and we're ready to raise the bar very high in terms of event planning and management. And we want you to inform the public that at Sanje Jelu, it's going to be a different ball game. We're going to have maximum entertainment for all of you. If you are a hip hop lover, we have a special hip hop segment for you. If you are a real Batman, we have Batman segments for everybody. If you want to enjoy, have that ambience, that party vibes, we still have that environment for you to come and enjoy yourself. But I will also emphasize on the security issue that they've said. So we know at events now there are a lot of security challenges at events. People are targeting music concerts to do some criminal activities, and we are aware of this. And we want to be on top of our games to ensure that such things don't happen at our concert. To ensure that people come to the concert, and then leave the venue safely. That's what we are working on, and inshallah, we're going to do as expected. So at this point, yes, I will let's say four. Let's do four questions because this should be a brief one. If there are things that you want to know about the album itself, about the setup of the concert that is not clear to you, or at the area of the production that you want to clarify, yes, we will be glad to answer some questions from you. Yes. Okay, Jovis, yes.
Yeah. Well, number one, QCD is still a very good partner to us. You can see that we still host our Korite and Tobaski shows at Q City, and then QCell is part of our sponsors as well. So to show you that it's still good blood between us and Q City and QCell as a whole, But sometimes you just need different experiences, because like this is why these grounds are actually available for everybody, So for everybody to actually see a different experience. We've been doing QCD for the past 4 years, and it has always been amazing. They have been so good to us. They have been doing amazing job when it comes to allowing us to facilitate the complex. But this year we just want to taste, a new experience, and that's what led us to the GCCI grounds. But nothing other than that. It was just to have a new experience. That's all. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Just like every other Gambian show, what you face, challenges that you face the most is, securing sponsors for your show. This has been something that most of the artists have actually gone through when they're organizing shows. Other than that, I think we have very less other obstacles that we're facing because we're working with great people, and that's why Ida is here, to guide us through so many of so many other things that so many other steps that we can take to actually make sure that this show is going to become a success, and then everyone that's going to become everyone that's going to make it to the show will actually come there in one piece and then go back home in one piece. Well, thank you for that question. The difference here is number one, the albums aren't the same. That's actually a difference. Number one, because if you look at the past albums, there's always a difference in every album to give them different tastes. This is why the fans they even want to come to the show. Had it been that you do one album 4 years and then you still want to do concerts every year for that one album, I believe you wouldn't have anyone coming to your shows. Just want to come back because they know this is a show that celebrates Gambian music. It's not just about Hussian Dada. When Hussian Dada is on stage, after he has performed enough, he brings artists on stage that will actually give the fans what they want, and it's always energetic. You could ask anyone. And then the next question is the nationwide tour. This is something that we always do. After every concert we do at a big event, we always have concerts that we do at the provinces, because they have to have the taste of the concert as well. You don't expect everyone in Gambia to come to that show on that day. But sometimes we do have people from Jarasoma, we do have people from Farafenye, we do have people from Basse, we do have people from Brikamaba, we do have people from Bansang coming to QCT for our show. So this time that we're doing it at GCCI grounds, I believe that they will still show up because they know the vibe that we give to them when it comes to show. We don't play with that. That's our top priority, to make sure that everyone that comes to the show will actually feel that I didn't waste my money. I'm here, and then whatever reason that I came for, they actually delivered beyond my expectation. Thank you for that question.
Can I emphasize on
Okay.
something? Regarding what you asked, the first questions regarding what exactly is going to be different, I would like to emphasize that when it comes to the production as in from the moment you enter the venue to the stage, to the decor and everything, I assure you completely different from the usual concert. So we don't really have to expose all of these things that are put in place. But then again, on that day itself, you'll be amazed. That I can assure you.
Actually, I can't say I have a particular song that's my favorite on the album, but I would say the reason why I would choose "Letter to the Government" as my favorite song on the album is because of the impact it has on the community, and the people out there. So I'll choose "Letter to the Government" because that's a song that tells a bigger story than just music. It allows you to represent the people in the nicest way, and then being brutally honest on, what you actually feel is your discomfort towards the way certain things are going on in the country. So I'll choose Letter to the Government as my favorite song on the album.
But what have you guys put in place to fix that space to make sure that they all have access and commitment?
A lot. A lot is put in place. Being that the ground itself is close to the highway. So we are assigning a traffic police, actually two of them, right? 2 traffic police, and a lot of securities, plus, how do you call it, barriers. We have door 1 for VIPs and door 2 for regulars. So it will be easy, and the ushers as well will be there to make sure when they see your ticket, they would guide you through as to what gate you're supposed to get to. So like I said, this all falls with the production, and I can assure you for a fact this time around is completely different from the usual year. Yeah, so be rest assured, everything is under control.
So there are different roads that lead to the venue. Okay, you could get to the venue from the Sukuta end, you could get to the venue from the Brusubi end, and you could get to the venue from the turntable end. So the events I've observed, a lot of people want to access the venue through the turntable end, and it becomes so much congested that, okay, it created some chaos in terms of people, movement of people, and entry into the venue. So if you're from, let's say, from Senegambia end, before going all the way to turntable, you can bend at Kashumai Johnson and then use the other road to get there. Okay? If you are from Costa Road end, before coming all the way to turntable, you can branch off at Noari House and come through Interior Academy to get to the venue. Okay? Then it ease up that burden on you to go through that big crowd that comes through turntable to the event. But as he said, also there are some other things we put in place to see how we easily help people to get into the venue. It's going to be a huge task, but probably we're going to see how we see it through. Okay? Yes.
Well, actually, critics will actually have a say in whatever it is that you do, regardless whether you do it good, whether you do it bad. That's why the critics are there. If you, as an artist, is not ready to actually, accept the fact that people can criticize whatever you do, then you're not ready to be an artist. So that's something that we actually embrace, because the more they criticize you, it helps you develop yourself in a different way. So people say every year we do concerts, but like this will be the same people when you don't drop music for 6 months, they will tell you that you've started falling off. So these are all things that we do have. We've seen artists that would do album and then go into hibernation mode for like 6, 7 months, and then people are like, they're out of lyrics, they're not singing good songs. And this is the dynamics of the way Gambian music operates. You look at it from, if you don't do an album, it's very difficult for you to do a show at a big venue, because that's the reason why they're there. And due to the way that Gambian music goes and the population rate in Gambia, you don't depend on streams for you to have income. You depend on shows. So if we're not doing the shows, which means that less income is coming for us, right? So this is why we're constantly working hard and hard and hard to see that every year we're going to come up with albums that people can listen to so that they can come to the show and enjoy themselves at the end of the day. But at the back of our mind, we're still hopeful that this music will actually travel global, so that tomorrow you don't need to do an album all the time. You can have one album sustaining you for like 3, 4 years for you to be able to relax and figure out what to do next on the next album. Okay.
How long will this gender in the music scene as far as
Well, that's a great question. Um, well, music, I could tell you for a fact, when I was starting music, I only had one goal. It was like to do one mixtape and then quit. That was back in 2016. This was the initial agreement I had with a friend when we were actually stepping into the music field. But today we're here. It's 9 years now. So if I tell you that I might be quitting next year, the year after, maybe I might be lying, just like the same way I lied to myself back in 2016 with just coming with one mixtape and then quitting. So music is like a lifestyle. There's something that you live with, you sleep with, you wake up with, you eat with. So it's a lifestyle. And once it's inside your body, for example, Jay-Z back in 2005 did a big concert to his New York fans and said, "This is my final concert, I'm leaving music." Jay-Z is still in the music field, even though he's not an active musician, but every now and then he comes up with albums, and I heard he's getting up for one. So music is something that is in your DNA. So, we might probably never know. It might be sooner, it might be later, but I cannot be the one to tell you that.
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate the fact that you all are here. So just help us put this out as much as possible. Fatima, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It means a lot because we have been in the industry for a very long time. And I could tell you for a fact the motivation was lacking a lot. Most of the time, this is a field that's very challenging and dominated by men more. But then again, it's all part of the experience. If you have passion in what you do, you definitely have to keep pushing. But then again, I would assure the public and every single person who is listening or watching or seeing this, be rest assured that this year the concert is going to be completely different. And I would put that on everything. That from the moment they step into that GCCI, they would see the difference. Like I said, from the entrance to the stage, to the decor, to even what Hussein is wearing is completely going to be like a new thing. So expect the unexpected, and don't say I didn't tell you. I'm not just hyping the show though. We're putting everything into this, and the security too. I'm going to emphasize on that because most of the time, like we see how some of these young people, I could say criminals, will just come just to like mess up the whole show. But then if we have enough securities, left, right, and center, and even outside, I don't think that the show will be messed up. So we are really definitely focusing on that. So whilst Ibrahim is running around on his part, I'm also doing my own thing. So it's not just one person doing everything. This is sort of like a teamwork, which I really appreciate. And Ibrahim is someone who's so making it easy for me, and whatever ideas that I bring on the table, he's always in for it. So it's really a pleasure working with Ibrahim, even though I've worked with Hussein before in the past, and he's always been a brother. So this right here is more of like family to me. So I have to give it my all and make sure that I give the best production because him assigning me the head of production is huge. So yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
Thank you.